Just tell me everything.
Like, I don't know where to even start.
Google farmer, and the only images that seem to show up is a man in front of crops wearing some sort of hat. But nowhere to be found is a picture of a woman. These results reflect society's views on what a farmer should be, a man. Throughout history, the efforts of women have always been overlooked. Even though they were never recognized, women were the glue that held the farm together. They're the unrequited heroes of the farming industry.
Because the women were very active. Yes, they were out doing the chores with the men, and most of them were anyway. Most of them were. And at that time, they would have to heat their water to do the washing, their laundry, and everything. They didn't have, hot water coming out of a faucet. Yes, they had to work very hard.
Yeah.
Yes, and my mom, at that time, she had to go out and milk cows.
Yeah.
And drive the hay fork to get the hay up into the barn. And yes, she was a role model that never tired and never got angry with us.
Oh.
My dad was sick a lot
Mm-hmm.
when I was growing up, and Mother did a lot of the work outside because he was sick a lot and was in bed a lot. Combine oats, we had a binder that you'd go out and cut the oats and make bale or little shocks, and we'd shock the oats, and I would run that, and I wasn't very old when I did that. So I helped my dad because we didn't have any boys in the farm, so I had to help. I was the boy. I was supposed to be a boy.
My dad, I think, wanted boys, but he had started out with girls, 3 girls, and I, being the oldest, had to take the place of a boy would be on the farm, so I had to help milk cows.
In those days, you just knew everybody pitched in and helped. You did. Yeah. You didn't just sit. You didn't have TV to sit and watch. You see, I hauled all the grain. Papa would run the combine or the corn picker, and I hauled all the grain. Like sometimes it was 10, 12 miles. And I'd always have a flat tire on my wagon. Always had a flat tire on my wagon. In those days, you didn't have cell phones. We had CB radios that I could get in touch with him, sort of, to tell him that I'm in trouble. I had no running water. I had no drain underneath my sink. I had a pail under there. And I had 2 babies. I had Michael and Teresa when we lived at that place. The washing and the diapers. We had cloth diapers in those days. Like doing these hogs, just putting them hogs up there, and I would get, they'd run through me, and I'd get all flustered, and I'd say, I'm going to the house, and he'd say, you better not. So I did. I stuck out there, and we got those hogs. We got the hogs all in the, oh dear, yes. I don't know.
I always said I was going to marry a tall farmer and have a dozen kids. I come pretty close. To make a meal for that family of 8, it took 2 quarts of vegetables, a couple of chickens, a gallon of milk. I used to bake 11, 12 loaves of bread every 3 days.
A day you get up, and when I was first married, you'd have like bacon and eggs and toast, which we don't do that anymore, but that's what we did. And then you had a noon meal and a night meal. I did it all, yeah. I know I didn't have any help.
You didn't have help? It was
No, I prepared it, yes.
We helped each other out. And you make a meal for everybody, then they go to the next place and do that place, and then same till they got done. That's how neighbors all worked together to get the crops in wintertime. Life just went on. You did what you had to do. There was no choice in the matter. If you ran out of something, you figured something else that you could do. And if you didn't have to, it went without. Simple as that. Money-wise, it was slow and stuff, but I don't know. They're both difficult at different times. It's just the difficulty, the type of difficulty was different. Of course, when the older stuff, everything cost more, and the kids were getting older, it was a little more of a struggle.
Take on even more duties because my mom had to go to work because there still wasn't enough. So my mom worked afternoons and nights. And my dad worked days, and when my dad got home from work, he was tired, so he would like go to bed, and so that I still had to do the milking and do all the chores.
Well, Lucy was the oldest, so of course she got stuck with most of it. They all had certain chores they were supposed to do, help with the chores and with the cattle and stuff, help in the garden, and I don't know, they just kids, I guess. Because I was working out, and she's the oldest, so she was supposed to take over for me. Didn't realize how much I put on her. On a farm, a husband and wife usually work together, and that's what we did. The wife takes care of the house and the kids and helps on the farm too. And the husband takes care of the animals, the main things, and you help as much as you can. What I do when Grandpa died?
Yeah.
Well, he died here. I took care of him until he passed away. And then I just did what I could do. I raised cattle. I had cattle here all the time for up to about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. Finally it got, the cattle price, it used to raise the cattle and cut the hay and stuff like that. I had friends I exchanged work with. And finally the fields all needed to be reseeded. The cattle price was going down, it wasn't worthwhile anymore, so I said, just time to get rid of them. I love the farm, yes.
Yeah.
I love the farm. I never liked living in town. I'm a loud person to begin with, and when I holler bad enough, neighbors hear me across the river without in town, so. I don't like being crowded. I like the wide open spaces, fresh air, and
Yeah.
my favorite thing, I love to mow lawn. It's stupid, I know, but I love my kids greatly, but I mean, other than that, and I love woodworking. I like to make things. I've been making things. I started when I was a kid.
I couldn't wait to get off the farm because I wanted to have fun. I didn't feel like I was having fun here. It was all work. So that's why it's not like I didn't enjoy living on the farm, but to me the farm was work, and I wanted to get away and have fun, do something else.
We were all farmers, and all the women were working out in the field at that time. So you all were in the same capacity of doing that. So it's just your way of life. You just knew that. We worked hard out on the farm. It was nice to get in town.
I don't regret anything. I'm happy I moved up here.
Women were a formidable active force in the agricultural world. While also being involved on the farm, they're expected to raise their children and maintain harmony within their household. Despite not receiving recognition, Rita, Bonita, and Lucy, along with other female farmers, still remain humble. They aren't asking to be recognized, because in their eyes, they were just doing what they needed to do to survive.